Hey, how's it going? Today's subject of discussion, derringers versus subcompact revolvers, snubbies, whatever you want to call them. Fact is, I've carried a lot of firearms. I've carried a lot of handguns. I'm a big fan of wheel guns. One day I had a 9mm semi-automatic fail on me, and needless to say, after that I decided that I was going with something that was a little more reliable, in my opinion, in my applications. Now, obviously, we're dealing with two guns of the same caliber. Both of these are .38 special, and I've actually got a third long bore here, and these are just the derringers are just Cobra. There's a long bore, there's a big bore. They're both .38 caliber, tip up, 2-shot, extremely heavy trigger pull. They're fun to shoot in the backyard. They're a neat little pocket carry gun. Problem being, you really cannot get a good sight picture with one of these. Now, if I hold it up like this, yes, I can. However, that's not how you shoot a derringer. You'll also notice that when this is cocked, the webbing of my hand is right against that hammer. After several shots, my hand's pretty sore from shooting these. I'll be totally honest on that. Heavy trigger pull, not very accurate. If you throw it hard enough at someone, you could probably hurt them pretty bad. Obviously, being a joke, I'm not going to throw my firearm that's registered to me. However, for close quarters, these are reasonably effective. Now, the cool thing is I generally carry two firearms on me, at least two. A lot of times I'll carry a .357 and a .38. I may add an additional .38 in the back, or I may go ahead and run with the derringers because they match the other guns, and I like guns. I like to carry guns, and there comes a time, though, when weight becomes a factor. Okay, so if I've got a 6-inch .357 on my left side, I've got a 4-inch .38 on my right, and then I've got one of these in my back pocket and one in my left front, something like that. Ankle holsters, wherever I'm carrying these, in coat pockets, whatever, this tends to start getting cumbersome. I was in a gun shop one day, and they had this little Taurus 85A 5-shot .38 with a bobbed hammer. It wasn't very much. It was. I know it was under $250. Rubberized grip, fit my hand rather well. I said, I like that. I'd sold a couple extra knives that week. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to buy that. Now, I think I gave $210 for the pair of derringers. I've got two guns here. I have 4 shots. Single action as well. Here I have one gun with 5 shots. Double action only. Could be fired single action if this had the spur. It doesn't, so this is double action only in this case. I can also reload this a lot faster than the derringers. Okay, so let's go as far as practicality. I'm going to go with the little snubby here. Couple scenarios where I don't as much. Okay, one, I carry this primarily in an inside the waistband holster. This is not always comfortable on my motorcycle. I also have I think this is an Uncle Mike's little pocket holster that I've carried this in. I've carried this when I had a day job working management. I always had a gun on me. I've always had a gun on me, except for a few instances for quite some time. However, this can be a little cumbersome in the pocket. It rides rather well. If I'm on my motorcycle and I'm riding wearing cargo pants or dress pants, which, yeah, sometimes I rode a motorcycle wearing a suit. Interesting, going down the road that way. But this gets a little bulky. These not so much. They slip down. I've still got a gun on me. I still have a small handgun with sufficient stopping power. With the 38 and the short barrels, you're not going to get the accuracy. You are not going to get the stopping power as if you were carrying a firearm with a longer barrel. However, it's still going to be more effective than, let's say, if you're trying to carry a little 22 or a 25 or something like that, a little 32. So I'm going to say that depending upon the scenario, depends on what I prefer to carry. And I like having more than one option. I was saying earlier, a lot of times I'll carry a 357 on the left and 38 on the right. Why? Okay, 357 on the left, I either have shoulder holster, use my 38 as an example, or I carry a cross draw. Now, why would I do that? Well, simple. If I'm in a vehicle, I cannot get to this weapon as easy as what I can here or here for cross draw. Another thing on the revolver versus derringer scenario, something very, very simple a lot of people do not take into consideration. And that is that even though this is double action only, this fills my hand better. Now, I still can't get my pinky on there, whereas I have about a finger and a half. I'm not very good for sighting. This is reasonably accurate. I've shot this many times, and I'll tell you what, I like to shoot single action. Shooting double action, I was very pleased with this particular revolver. So this is one of my daily carries. And depending upon, like I said, depending upon scenario, it depends on what I'm carrying, how much I'm carrying. Always enough. I'm pretty certain that whatever I'm carrying is going to be sufficient. Now, as far as finish goes, yes, going with a black or blued finish. This one's actually black. It's probably baked on enamel or something to that effect. Yeah, it's harder to see this. Element of surprise coming out of the pocket in the dark. I'm wearing black. This is good. This they're pretty well going to know you're going to that you've got it. It's shiny. It's more visible. Just like this. Now, there's a reason I carry this more. Very simple. I'm a human. I'm a mammal. I produce body heat. I also sweat. Heat and moisture has a tendency to rust guns. Stainless does not rust near as much. This does not have as many openings, anything like that could possibly get lint or dirt or grit in it. So I'm going to have to say that as far as accuracy, capacity, reliability, sight radius, even though it is short as well, in comparison to the Derringer, there's not a whole lot of difference on sight radius. However, being able to sight, being able to handle, reliability, ease of reload, I'm going to have to say my personal opinion in most scenarios is going to be I'm going to go with the revolver. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to carry a couple Derringers on me too, but I've got one more shot. It's less weight. It's more convenient. So check it out. Always be responsible, safe with your guns, firearms in general. When it says keep them away from kids, I never kept them away from my daughter. She grew up around guns, and the reason I didn't keep them away from her was because she was trained properly, and she didn't, look at guns. Oh, I'll go get mad about something and make a poor choice. No, education and being comfortable around them. If you're not comfortable around them, that is your choice. If you don't like guns, that is your choice. I like guns. I can own guns, and I will. If you think people shouldn't own guns, you're probably watching the wrong damn video. Some situations, some people probably shouldn't. But I'm a law-abiding American citizen, and I will continue to own firearms, well, as long as I'm a law-abiding American citizen. So, everyone have a great day. Be safe. Keep it loaded. Keep it clean. Everybody have a great day.